Welcome back everyone to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing a replay with you of where I do pretty well for the most part, but I make one slight mistake and it pretty much cost us the game, and I'm going to explain that later on as we go through the battle. So, of course, every time I feature the Renegade, it's always on this map. When I did a replay about it, when I got like nearly 6,000 damage in this tank, I think it was like 5.7. I ended up pretty much just, I don't know. I always seem to do well on this map with this tank, so I'm not sure why exactly that is, but hey, I'm not going to complain. So, of course, we get tier 10s. I decided not to spam gold. I was gonna, but I'm like, you know what? I need credits, so I'm just gonna use my standard loadout. I always run food for better accuracy, better DPM, all that stuff. Better V range, so I can get max V range. Honestly, I have mixed feelings about this tank. Like, I feel like it's not necessarily like good. It's not horrible either. The hatch on top is what makes it, for me at least, really annoying to play. And also, just the fact that its hull armor isn't reliable. Its turret can be fairly penned easily, especially by tier 10s with big guns. And yeah, it's not a, I don't know. It's definitely not my favorite, but I do play it quite a lot. It's like the same playstyle as the AE Phase 1 and the T110E5 as well. And so, yeah, it takes a lot of risky shots here, which I probably shouldn't, but it's fine. It's the thought that counts. Again, a horrible shot by me right there. But yeah, I feel like if it had a little bit better mobility, it would be okay. And if the cupola was a little stronger, or even if it was just smaller but it was still weak, I feel like the tank would still be I feel like it would be better. Like, I feel like it'd be more balanced. It's definitely a mediocre tank. I will tell you that this much. I don't know. The accuracy too, like, it's not horrible, but it's just really troll. I've played, I think, like 400 games in this tank or something like that, and I know a couple of other people too have also played it for several hundreds, and they're like, yeah, the accuracy is just really weird, which is unfortunate, but what more can you do? So yeah, even though it is a heavy tank, it's more of a heavy we actually do pen his track there, and we do high roll the AE Phase 1, which is nice. Yeah, we're just gonna keep peeking here. I'm trying to be very careful, trying to hide my hole as much as possible, which is why I'm backing up rather than going, which is kind of why I have my hole to the side rather than up and down. That way I can still follow along the ridge a little bit easier. And for the most part, it usually works. So of course they have, as we can see, they have most of their tanks here in the south, and we're kind of able to flank them a little bit. Our T103 does get punished though for over peeking. The TVP catches I'm guessing he was probably at D or E8. That's where a lot of tanks like to sit back there. But what more can you do? He actually does hit us there, the standard B. We actually, believe it or not, we'll keep an eye on the damage counter at the bottom of the left, right before the battle ends, and you'll see how much we actually blind fire here, because we actually do hit. I think we miss only like 1 or 2, I think, if I did my math correctly. I don't exactly remember how many shots, but how many shots we take, but I know it's close around there. I know that we hit most, if not all, of our shots there when we blind fire the standard B and the Progetto that was there as well. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like I said, I've had really mixed emotions about this tank. When people don't focus on you, you're able to do a lot of damage pretty easily. It's just one of those tanks, and especially in tier 10, it can be really difficult to play. The penetration isn't horrible. It's not like that good, but it's not horrible. It's workable at least. 277 does turn a little bit, so it gives us a better angle on his lower plate, and we're able to finish it because of it. So smart move by him, I guess. Um, but yeah, overall, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think of this tank. Like, another unfortunate miss, but that wasn't completely aimed either, so it's fine. Um, yeah, like I said, I just have really mixed emotions about this tank. It is a good looking tank. It's not bad at all. I do like it. It's not like your classic American heavy tank. It's more of like your slower medium. I do have a turbo, and I believe V-stabs and rammer is what I have set up on this tank. If I didn't go turbo, I would actually no. I think you pretty much need to go turbo because you should be playing this like a medium. I think anyway. So I don't know if hardening would be a wise choice or not. I don't know. I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys determine whether or not if you think it's worth it or not. I don't think it is personally. Um, Unless if maybe tier 10s, like if you could use it for tier 10s, like a turbo and V stabs and hardening. You could use that for maybe tier 10, and then you could use the setup I have, which is turbo, V stabs, and rammer for the lower tiers. Either way, I think the setup's fine. Um, I don't know honestly what else I could do for a setup, because everything else is just kind of pointless in my eyes. But yeah, that's just me. So this tank kinda can side scrape, but not reliably. Like big guns, they'll just overmatch you. And by the time that you try peeking, they like it's too late. You know, like they can shoot your lower plate and stuff by the time you try to get a shot on them. So I do go for the HE, that way I don't have to worry about bouncing IS-3 because I do need to kill him, and that does work out pretty well. I was really hoping that the 416, or what is that? Yeah, I think it's a 416. I was hoping that he would poke, but unfortunately he didn't. I do poke around and track him once. I meant to hit his left track and not his right, so you know, let's just troll. We do have a nice little easy shot on his cupola. And so yeah, not a very interesting game so far, but things are going to get pretty intense here pretty quick. He does ammo rack me, and he does kill my driver within the same shot. I'm not sure, I didn't think that the driver was right next to the ammo rack, but okay. You know, you learn something new every day. Sorry about that, guys. I was choking. On what? I don't know. Sorry about that. Anyway. Excuse me. The stirrup comes around. We get 2 free shots into him. And we do get a lucky bounce as well. Excuse me, guys. Oh. Man. You guys ever swallow air before? I've done it a lot. And you'll know that it's air, but based on the way that it feels. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna side scrape here, see if that standard peeks around. That shot definitely doesn't hit. If it does, I'd be very surprised, but I'm pretty sure that was one of them that didn't hit. Excuse me, guys. Goodness. Ugh. So yeah, theoretically, looking at this, we shouldn't lose this game. It is very losable though, because we are all one-shots, but it is like, if we work together, it's a very easy win. We just have to kill the standard B, which is a one-shot, I believe, and then the SU, who's a 3-shot, I can just use HE. And we did run out of AP rounds, so now I'm forced to fire gold and HE. And here, I was thinking maybe the standard was looking this way. I don't know where he went. Honestly, I think he went kind of like to the D line, and then run across there to like D5-6 there in the center. Because that's where we do see him later on. I don't know if he was there at this moment in time, but I don't know. If I had to predict it, that's probably what I would estimate it to be anyway. Yeah, the Squirp G's just stand there. E50M is also watching the back there. The E50M should have probably came back with me. to be honest, and with the squirt. But yeah, one of the first mistakes I do make is that I separate from my allies, and I run away later on, and that's where I throw. So I'm thinking that the standard B is down there, but it's actually the SU-130 PM who's down there, who we find out later. He has been there. He is. He has been spotted. So now I'm just gonna fire HE. Unfortunately, it only tracks it. It hits his track, so it only does like half damage or whatever it is since it's splash. We were able to intuition to HE. We do take him out because we do have the reload on him. He has a 10-second, 9-second reload. We only have 7, so you know it's fine. So I do have one HE left. And I'm wanting to save it for the Artie because I think I can one-shot, even though it's Russian Artie, I think we should be able to kill it, with HE with one shot. And the mistake starts, the mistake pops up soon, guys, and, there's actually several mistakes. So one mistake that I made, basically made it to where I just continued making mistakes after that. Like it's like a chain, and I'll explain that here. So when the E50M does decide to come up, and so right you see where that standard B is spotted last, right? He's right there at what is that? F7. Sorry, it's a little hard to see, but anyway, it turns out the Artie is actually there, and what I do is, of course, I'm going to do the right thing here. I'm going to flank around, and I'm going to go up the 8 line and flank behind them. But right then is where I make the mistake, because the E50M is also coming, right? The Scorpion G is also there. And this is the moment where all 3 of us should have just attacked. Instead, I hesitate, and I'll show you. It'll be here in a couple seconds. So there's the standard B. I should have just gone for the Artie, because I'm able to peek up to, what is that, the 6th line. I'm just able to peek up to the 6th line and able to kill the Artie here. This is my this was what lost us the game right here, guys. I should have kept going and driving and killing the Artie, but this is where I turn around. I should have just gone after the Artie and killed him. I should have just done that, because then if that standard B came around and killed me, yeah, sure, he might have killed me, but at least then the E50M would have been able to come around and shoot him. And again, this is also part of the mistake. I left the E50 alone. So those 2 mistakes right there within 30 seconds, that just lost me the game entirely. And that's why I was recording this, and I was like, because you know this battle was like what, a week ago or something like that, and I was so disappointed in myself because I just didn't use my brain. I just didn't. And I was telling myself, you know what, I can win this. And I was thinking maybe the Artie was going to come south, but him and the standard B actually go to my base. I think they wait around for a little bit, not long though, because by the time that I'm able, another thing too is I thought maybe the standard B and the Artie were going to try to pincer me, like maybe the standard B came around the 8-9 line there from G8 from the G line, and the Artie could come from the south. But again, that would be unwise for them to do, because that would just allow me to focus them individually, and that's what lost me the game, is because I'm just dumb and didn't realize that. So yeah, I threw, guys. I just and there's another mistake too that there's another mistake that I make too that could have you know, that prevented me from winning the game, and I'll show you that. So when you guys, and I didn't, this was my fault, but it also like is something that I kind of forgot about. I forgot that there was bushes on the 1 line right behind our base, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute once we drive up to there. But also, the main mistake I made is that I didn't side scrape. I was being lazy and didn't side scrape against the corner. I go up to E3, and I peek there to try to get angles on the base, and I was just gonna do a quick peek and back up, which is the reason I wasn't side scraping, but I should have, because, or at least the second time I should have, because that's when, because at first they have no idea where I'm coming from. They have absolutely no idea if I'm coming from the north, if I'm coming from where I am now, or if I'm coming from the south. So for them, I have the element of surprise, and of course actually I don't, because I realized that I didn't, because again, watch right here. Look at those bushes right there. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was very upset with myself with this when I rewatched the replay. There it is, guys. I blind fire. There it is. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered because he already might have just one-shotted me anyway. But yeah, I threw this game, guys. So let me know what you guys think. And I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.